Hi everyone, been busy all week. Been an excellent week so far, been an excellent year. Well, not for so far, it's going to be a great year for me, I can tell. Probably been my best. What was the best year of my life? Probably 2011. I remember waking up in Las Vegas. You know, I did nothing dodgy in Vegas. I had no sex, no drugs, no alcohol, nothing. I was in Vegas training at the Mayweather gym, different gyms. Probably 2010 was the best year of my life, if I'm honest. What about when I graduate? I suppose passing GCSEs, that was a good year. Or the year I sparred Tyson Fury, maybe that one. But this year's going to trump all of them. And yeah, I just end that sentence there. I don't want to go off point. I recently did a video on Porkys Corner. I got cut off. Sometimes it's hard to finish the videos I want to do. I have different demands on my time. But listen, today I got a little bit of time, so let me try and do a good 10 minutes or so. I think that's enough to... And disclaimer, I haven't got any ulterior motive. I'm not going to take any personal shots, or I'm not going to make any personal attacks in this video. If I wanted to, I would, but there's a reason I'm doing this video. I'll explain it. It's not, I haven't got any ulterior motive. Obviously, Porky, met him before. He's a fat little man. He's smaller than me, and I'm small. He's smaller than me. He's had some sort of stomach operation in the past, and he doesn't box. You know, so he says he wants to take on Spencer. I wouldn't. I mean, unless you're delusional, then... But until he actually takes on Spencer, well, you know, he's not someone who gets in the ring with people. He's not someone I see as competition. And for me, I don't care about anybody in boxing. I want competition. But in the sense, I don't get jealous of people. I'm not like that. I only react when I get provoked. But, I just need to make that disclaimer. So don't try and say I'm doing this for views. If I wanted views, I'd go to Matchroom press conferences. I went to there was a recent one, the Conlon Lee Wood press conference. I could have gone if I wanted to. It was a public press conference. I can get in these conferences anyway, as you all know. But this was a public one. They announced it publicly. So I could have gone. I chose not to because I would have to take the day off work. I won't get paid for that day. And when I go to the press conference, I got to go all the way to Nottingham. I just can't be bothered. If it was a London one, I'd consider it. What's the next London one? I think it will be Danny Jacobs versus the one that lost to Callum Smith. What's his name? John Ryder. So that's the next London one. I might go there, I might not. It depends. But the problem is, I have to take the day off work, so I'll be losing 80 quid. I mean, maybe I'll do it. It'll be good to see Eddie Hearn again, but we get on. But then I'll be losing 80 quid. I'll probably do it though. You know what? I'll probably do it because I need to keep building my links in boxing. So, I mean, I know I'm talking at length now, but it's because of you lot. Like, you're always so negative and you don't understand. Like, I'm just trying to give you information. I haven't got any motive against Porky. I just don't really care what he does. And I know you're going to say, well, why are you doing this video? I'm trying to get people to understand. The main reason... If you look at this guy, he's come along in boxing. He's been around boxing for a long time, probably since however long it is. And he's come along, he set up this YouTube channel. He's done a lot of videos, some good, some bad, some rubbish. And, he's made a name for himself in boxing. And that's good for him. I'm not jealous of him. And if anybody says I am... But the thing is, look, if I was jealous of people in boxing, people like Porky or Coogan or Ty and Booth, but they're not the sort of people I'd get jealous of. They've got, compared to Jake Paul and KSI, long term, that's what I want. I want to try and be as big as Logan Paul and KSI, and you can laugh at me and say it's never going to happen, but I'm just trying to get you to understand, whether you think I can do it or not, that's what I want. I don't care about Coogan. Coogan's got 700... Obviously, if he provokes me, I'll react. But I'm not jealous of Coogan's channel. Or you think I'm jealous that you get to interview people like Shannon Courtney and Lee Wood? Oh, it's rubbish. I want to try and interview politicians. I want to try and interview Trump and Barack Obama and these sort of people. That's what I want. I want to try and do documentaries on knife crime, and I want to be mainstream famous. Going on IFL behind the gloves is not going to make me mainstream famous. If Michelle Joy Phelps, if these people put me on their channels, yeah, boxing fans will know who I am, but that's not what I want. I want to be mainstream. I want to get on TV. Jonathan Rothschild and Graham Norton and Good Morning Britain, these sort of shows are what I want to get to eventually. And I've got different ideas. I want to get into politics. First, I want to go to university, study PPE, philosophy, politics and economics, and I want to get into politics, become an MP. So I know I'm talking at length, so this video's already gone much longer than I was planning to, but I just need you to understand I'm not jealous of Porkys Corner or anyone in boxing, just as a disclaimer, but I've said enough about that. Let's just get to the main video. This video's already 6 minutes. What do I think of him? What I'm trying to do, I think more people should set up YouTube channels and just go for it. Find your style. And look at Hatman. Look how big Hatman's channel is. You know, Hatman, Boxing Talk with Ade. I'm a big fan of Boxing Talk with Ade. Yeah, I respect Hatman. You know, I think his channel, you probably have to put him above me because he's produced so much content. Yeah, I've sparred Kell Brook, but I haven't really had the same... I haven't put up as much content as these people, so I'd say Ade's channel's better than mine, Hatman's better than mine. Who's the other one? Boxing Social's probably better than mine. Yeah, I'll give that to them. But obviously I'll catch up to all these people and I'll overtake them. Like, it's only a matter of time. If I can spar people, so far the biggest names I've ever sparred John McDermott, Tyson Fury, O'Hara Davies, Isaac Chamberlain, Brandon Rios, Kelly Pavlik, Devin Haney, Sandy Ryan, Kell Brook. Who else have I sparred? Those are the main names. The main names. I can name other names, you know, like Asinia Byfield, but those are the main pros that I've sparred. I almost sparred Chad Dawson, but it was in America. It was snowing, icy that day. He couldn't be bothered showing up to the gym, but he was supposed to come, and he knew I was waiting for him. They told him, yeah, some dude from England, and he agreed to meet up. He just couldn't be bothered to show up on the day, whatever. But there's been other situations where I've almost sparred people, but I'll be going off point. Once I start getting people to spar me, you know, my channel's obviously going to grow. So I haven't got any... People think I want to interview boxers. I don't. I want to spar people. But in order for me to... I want to spar Tasha Jonas. But I can't, you know, obviously I can't just... I know where her gym is, and I could go there if I wanted to. But it's just not... I ain't got the time to just turn up if people don't know I'm coming. The best thing to do, what I'm trying to do, meet them at press conferences, try and build a friendship, what is that? That's some bird or whatever. Try and build like once they know who you are, interview them, and once they know who you are, then you can say, look, can I come down the gym and try and do this and that? That's why I interview people. That's why I go to press conferences. Not because I'm trying to be the next Coogan or the next Radio Raheem. I'm not. I don't care. Always in these bushes, like some annoying little... Can't be a fox. Probably some birds, whatever. As long as it's not big enough to attack me. I don't really care about interviewing people, so I just need to stress that. I don't care. I'm not interested. It's just long. And you interview people, like with Eddie Hearn, I go to great lengths to interview him, and then I get 10, 20 idiots on my channel. Michael, you didn't ask Eddie Hearn any hard questions. I was about to, but I ran out of time. But now, I've lost the interest now. I don't really care about asking hard questions anymore. The next time I see Eddie Hearn, the first thing I'm going to ask him is, I recently sparred Kell Brook, and I want to spar you someday, hopefully this year. What advice can you give me, Eddie? How can I get a sparring session with you? That's what I'm going to ask him, because if I spar Eddie Hearn, you know everyone in boxing is going to watch that. If I interview him, it's not going to get the same interest. It's just going to get a bunch of idiots on my channel telling me, oh, ask him hard questions. I would if I had enough time, but I've lost patience with these idiots now. So if you're going to put pressure on me, you know what, forget doing hard interviews. It's not worth my time. Let other people do it. I mean, how many people does Eddie Hearn meet every day? Get them lot to do it. Get Coogan or IFL or Tony Bellew or Eubank, but for me right now, because my channel's so small, it's difficult for me to get a lot of time with people. So when you say ask them hard questions, it's not that I'm scared of anybody. It's like Dean White. I'm not scared of Dean White. Obviously, he'll beat me up in a street fight, I admit that. In a boxing ring, I'm not saying I can take it, but I think, give me one round. I think I survived one round with him, no holding back. I just think he's big and he's slow. I've seen him hit pads before. I hope he's watching this video. If he's got a problem, we'll spar anytime you want, Dean. You know? So it's not that I'm scared of these people, but someone like Dean White, but I've tried getting interviews with him, but this dude, like, some of these people in boxing, they think they're more important than they actually are. So when you're trying to get interviews with them, it's like they just want to do interviews with the biggest channels. This is what a lot of idiots on my videos don't understand. If it was up to me, yeah, I would have asked Dean White. I would have said to him, I would ask the questions that you lot. I know what people say. Oh, you know, his real name's not Dean, it's Lamar Scott. I would ask him, but last time I met him was at the weigh-in, the Dylan White fight that got cancelled. That fight, I was at the weigh-in, so the one versus Otto Wallin. I met Dylan White. I interviewed Dylan White. It was a very difficult interview because there's a lot of people around. And Dylan said to me, look, just like make it a quick interview, like 2 minutes. I thought, all right, cool. Ran out of time. Dean White was there. I spoke to him. I would say, I'm going to tell you what I think of it. I'm going to expose his nature. I'd say he's a polite guy. He's polite to people. But he does seem to have... Is ego the right word? Probably ego. But he wants to do interviews with the big ones. So where I said to him, yeah, have you got time for an interview? He was like, yeah, well, you know, I'll see if I have time. But he said it in a way you could tell he's brushing me off. Because obviously he knows I'm not with the big channel. He knows this. You know, he's seen my channel. He knows what I'm about. So this is what a lot of you idiots don't understand. You know, so when you say stuff like, oh, you didn't ask Eddie Hearn any hard questions. I was about to, but I've lost interest in that anyway. So going back to Porky and these other people, I think Porky's interesting. It's something different, the way he's come along. But he's got good stuff and bad stuff. Obviously, he speaks the truth sometimes. I think some of these fights, I don't really want to see them. So I do acknowledge that he does talk about that, where some of these cards are not that good. For me, I haven't watched his videos in a long time now. But it's just boring, like watching these 1 hour long interviews where you're just ranting and ranting and ranting. I don't see why people in boxing are going to take any notice. To be honest, I just feel sorry for him because you're sat in your bedroom and it's like you're sat there ranting about people who you've never even met. And you think they're going to listen. Well, I'm telling you, I've seen his videos in the past. These days, I haven't got any time. I don't watch people's videos anymore. I don't care about Hatman. I don't care about all these channels you can name. I've got my own life, got things to do. I'm working 2 jobs at the same time. Got my day job. I'm hoping they give me some night shifts this week. Trying to get a bit more money. Let me see how flexible my leg is. Can you see that? New trainers. I bought those for £154 yesterday. And I got more stuff that I want to buy. Oh, the jogging bottoms, bought them as well. Look, let me see, where is it? Champion brand. So, you know, I've got more things that I want to buy, clothes and such. Obviously, I need to fund all this. So I'm working all the hours that these people can offer me. I don't care about Hatman. I respect him. He's a likable guy. I think he talks a lot of sense. But you know, I've seen Hatman videos for years, and I'm like, you're not going to tell me anything new that I don't know. I know your style. I know what you're going to say before you say it. It's like he talks in a slow, analytical voice, and he always says no fighters above praise and no fighters above criticism. I know, I ain't got the time. Even 10 minute videos, I ain't got the time to watch these things because I'm going to take time out of my life to listen to what someone else has to say. No, why would I watch your channel when boxing isn't that complicated? You know, it's not. And I think someone like Porky's Corner, the downside, he makes it sound more complicated than it actually is. Boxers will just they just go for whoever offers them the most money. And it's the same with Porky's Corner. It's okay for him, for Russell Hartley Porky. It's okay for him to charge money for his videos on his members corner, but you're telling fighters they're not allowed to get greedy with their fights. I'm not defending it, but like I said, same with me. If they said to me, Michael, we want you to fight I forget Jake Paul, I need more let me just give it a few fights before I try and fight someone as big as him. They said to me, we want you to fight, I don't know their names, but when you see some of these skinny little Instagram, you know, these guys that have got big Instagram followings, hey Michael, we want you to fight this guy. He's your size, he's skinny, he's got less gym experience than you, he's had less fights, less sparring experience, I'm going to pay you 100 grand. You think I'm going to say no? So that's the downside, I'd say, of Porky. Where, what do you expect fighters to say? Like, if they're going to get offered millions for certain fights, then that's up to them, you know. And I just think it's not something he's being realistic about. If he's got a problem with it, then go and talk to people face to face and see what they say. But I don't understand what the idiots, and some of you, it's like, yeah, you are idiots. If someone offered you, so if you're Tyson Fury and if someone's offering you however much money to fight Ngannou's not going to beat Fury. You haven't got enough boxing experience, so he's not gonna beat Tyson Fury. So if they said to Fury, we're gonna pay you however much to fight this guy, Porky's gonna go on his channel and he's gonna rant. I'm not saying he's wrong, but the problem is that you're not telling the truth. Where you're not, a lot of people in boxing they're trying to pay their bills, they're trying to secure their family legacy, and it's the same with Porky. Why is it okay for him to charge money for his videos, which some of these videos are a bit silly, if I'm honest, you know? I'm talking from an object. I know some people are going to start having a go at me. You can do it if you want. I promise you, I'm not going to delete any comments, and I'm not blocking anyone, and I'm going to take the time to reply to everyone. So if you've got comments, leave comments. But I'm just trying to give him a bit of perspective. And if Porky was to actually go up to people face to face, talk to them and see what happens. I mean, but you can't just keep, it's like you're giving a very one-sided point of view and you're not accepting. Let's see if anybody's honest about what I'm going to say. Boxing's a thankless sport. The fans there's two sides to boxing. Look, I understand there is the love for boxing and there are some great fans out there, but the fans can turn on you. So a lot of fighters are just going to say, you know what, something's in these bushes, I'm telling you, like, oh, there it is, it's a squirrel. That's what's been causing all this commotion. Squirrel. See, what he's not talking about, fans can be thankless people. They can turn on you. So a lot of fighters will turn on the fans and they'll just say, forget the fans, I just want the money. If you don't think that's true, don't accept the truth then. I'm just trying to give you a reality check. Even for me, you know, obviously I want to make money from boxing. So, you know, I got a fight next month, but if I can get a fight with any of the YouTubers or TikTokers or Instagrammers, I'll take it. So, but on the whole, I think Porky's is a okay channel, but I just don't really see his channel going anywhere. And I'm talking objectively, because he's not going to get into any press conferences. You've insulted too many people. There's people like Spencer Fearon and Dean White, who I know for a fact, both of them, if they see him, like, these dudes don't want, like, boy, they're going to go for him. They're going to go for him. So you've got those problems to deal with. Then you've got all the other people Porky's insulted in his video. I just think you go too far. So anything I've said in this video about Porky, I'll say it to his face, and I want to make it clear, please don't say I'm trying to create beef. I'm not. I'm just giving you my opinion. You're going too far. Some things you just don't say on camera. Just leave it alone. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I don't say things, but I only do it if I'm provoked. The only people I've said things about are Time Booth and Coogan. That's because they've provoked me. And there are only two people. With him, he's done it with 30, 40, however many different people. Dominic Ingle and all these. When you're just going to keep taking shots at people, if these people see you, there's going to be problems. And I remember January 2020, I met Porky. I've only met him once. We spent some time together, you know, whatever, went around a bit and, you know, drove around, did some different things, took me to see Josh Wells, and I acknowledged that. And the next time I go there, like if Porky wants to meet up, I mean, the only reason I'd go to Sheffield is for the you know what, I might message Dominic Ingle, like maybe I'll try and go there. And yeah, but Kelbook's he's not in the UK right now, is he? But I'd love to try and go to the gym and get another interview with Kelbook. Obviously he's not going to spar me now, he's got a fight coming up, but if I went there, if Porky wanted to meet up or whatever, I mean, it's not that big a deal. I'll meet him, have a chat, whatever he wants to do an interview or whatever he wants to do. But it's not a big deal to me. You know, it's not a big deal. And what I was going to say, January 2020, him and me, yeah, we were in the car together, his car, he driving me around, we were talking. And then when he dropped me off, he dropped me off outside the Ingle gym. And then I went in and I met Dominic Ingle. Did I meet Kelbook that evening? I don't think Kelbook was there. I think Galahad was there. I met Dominic Ingle. And I was saying to Porky's corner, I said, come in the gym with me, come in the gym. And he wouldn't come. He was scared. I'm telling you, he didn't want to come in and, oh yeah, Dominic Ingle might be there. And he didn't want to confront Dominic Ingle. Well, look at the size difference between them. Dominic Ingle lifts weights. Porky's smaller than me. Obviously, I know Dominic Ingle's about at least 50 or whatever, but he's a big, strong unit. And, you know, he didn't really want to confront Ingle. So it's a shame. It's a shame that Porky says the things he says, because I don't really want to see a conflict in boxing. And I know you could say the same thing about me, but I'm offering people to get in the ring with me. And it's only 2 people that I've offered, Ty Booth and Kugan Cassius. But I don't really want to see all this grown men getting into confrontations outside the boxing ring. If you want to get in a ring and sort it out, then get in a ring and sort it out. But that's the problem with Porky. You've upset so many people. What happens if these people see you? You're going to have problems. But I would like to see more people set up YouTube channels, do your thing and make a name for yourself. If people like your style, then who knows where it can lead. But I think I've said enough. This video's gone over 20 minutes. I have no idea why. I was hoping it would be a 10 minute video. Anything else I can add? I suppose you could mention the whole Mickey Theo saga. And as I say, I'm no coward. I don't really want to spar Porky. He's no challenge. If Mickey Theo wanted to spar, I don't think he knows who I am, I'd spar Mickey Theo, no problem. He's more of a challenge. He's a big guy. You know, you look at I've seen 1 or 2 of the interviews before. I didn't watch the whole interview, if I'm honest. It was getting a bit boring. But when he was doing all the calling out John Fury, I said to myself, I was like, who is this Mickey Theo? Like, calling out John Fury, a former pro. And when I saw one of the videos, I thought, Mickey Theo's quite big. I don't think he's tall, because he's a little bit taller than Porky, so he's my size, you know, but he's got big arms, like he's very muscular. Obviously, you know, he can lift, in terms of lifting weights, he can lift much heavier than I can, no question about it. But I jump in the ring with him, no problem, no holding back. I jump in the ring with him, no problem. I'm not going to call him out. Obviously, we've never even met. It's only if you provoke me that I call people out, but yeah, listen, who knows, someday if I cross paths with Mickey Theo, I'll ask him, you know, can I come to your gym, do some filming? But, you know, I remember the whole saga, but that's what I'm trying to say, like, your YouTube channel, Porky's channel, but it was, at one point, all you were doing was talking about Mickey Theo versus John Fury. I agree that John Fury ducked him, that's a fact, but there are a couple of old age pensioners. They're not active fighters. You should be doing videos talking about active fighters. They're old granddads, you know, and to be talking about them as long as he did, I just think you're taking the shine away from active fighters that you could be talking about. But that's neither here nor there, is really. Last thing I'll say, is there anything I'd say about I think I've said positive, I've said negatives. What do I like most? What I like least, I've told you. You're getting too personal with people and they're just getting silly. What do I like most about his channel? I'd say it's the fact that you're it's when you talk about cards. That's what I do like some of these cards, I'm not paying for them. Dylan White versus Povetkin rematch in the Rocks in Gibraltar or wherever, I ain't paying for that, I'll just watch it the next day. some of these cards, like Conor Ben and Katie Taylor. But I ain't paying for that. I'm not paying for that. Simple. So that's what I like most about his channel. So video's long enough, 25 minutes. I've given you 25 minutes of my time. I think that's enough for one day. I'll try and do some videos this coming week. Please leave as many comments as you can. If you've got any questions, ask me and I'll reply. Really and truly, I think this is the last video I'm ever going to do on Porky. I've said enough. I've said what I need to say. I wish him well. Do whatever you're doing, Porky's Corner. Good luck with everything. Please don't fight Spencer Fearon. I don't think that's going to end well. Just leave it. Just leave the situation alone. But I wish the guy well. I've got no ulterior motive. I've got no agenda. And even people like Ty and Booth and Coogan, who I don't like on a personal level, you know what, yeah, once we spar, I think Ty and Booth will spar me at some point. Once I'm more famous, I'll shake your hand afterwards. I say, I wish you all the best. It's not that serious. It's not... I don't wish harm on these people, or I don't want to see anyone die, or, I'm not going to celebrate, because obviously I'm younger than most of these people. I'm not going to, I'm not sitting back and, oh, I hope he dies of old age. I'm not like that. Yeah, if you provoke me, I might say one or two things, but on the whole, I wish everybody all the best in boxing. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not trying to say this to sound nice. I'm just do whatever you're doing in life. I'm going to go to college, doing the AAT accounting. So I've enlisted on the course, starting quite soon. So I won't really be around boxing circles. I have to sort of take a step back. College is important. I need to finish that. Then I want to go to university, study philosophy, politics and economics, then get into politics. So obviously I still want to pursue boxing, but there's other stuff I want to do with my life. And the thing about all the people I meet in boxing, like, a lot of these people are older than me. I'm 31. So it's like you're meeting people like Dominic Ingle or Porky's Corner. These guys are old enough to be my dad. So, and if I go through my phone, like all my friends list, like most of my friends are older than me. My best friend is probably like 10 years. How old is he? He's like, I'm 31. He's like probably quite a bit older. He's like more towards 40, isn't he? So I've known him since I was about 16. I know a lot of the numbers that I have, but these are old people I know from boxing, and I want to get out into the real world. I want to get out and I'll go to college, meet younger people, obviously I'm going to do like an adult class and just meet different people in life. I don't just want to be stuck in boxing. It gets boring. It can get depressing, not for me, but obviously a lot of people become depressed in boxing. And this is why you have so many people that are hostile, that are so got emotions and all this sort of rubbish and this palaver. But, and I can't remember the last time I had dinner with someone. I know a lot of people in the Eritrean community, but, just stuff like that. I can't remember the last time I just sat down and hung out with people. I just, boxing, sometimes you need a break from it. So I haven't got any ulterior motives. I haven't got the energy to just keep pursuing beefs in box. I'm not interested. Ty and Booth and Coogan, if they want to get in a ring with me, cool. If not, then I'm going to say they've ducked me. But anyway, I've got a fight next month. Let me get that out of the way. Forget Ty and Booth. Let me get my fight out of the way and take it from there. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.